it's Matt coming at you with a brand new series. Welcome to Farming Simulator 25 and welcome to Elm Creek, our very basic starting farm where we don't have a lot to start with. But first things first, let's have a quick tour of our very small plot of land and the machinery that we are going to start with. So we've got this field right opposite our lovely home, I must admit. Look at this. We're living fancy. Nice little house just there. But we do have this field right opposite the house, which looks like it's ready to harvest. It looks like it's wheat. It is indeed wheat, and it is ready to harvest. We've got our Massey Ferguson combine harvester over here. A very basic combine. We will be looking at upgrading that as soon as we can, but that ain't gonna be for a while, because money in this game is very difficult to come by. We have started with £100,000, which some people may think, that's quite a lot of money. Not in Farming Simulator. In Farming Simulator, that is pennies. We do not have much, trust me. But then just past the house, we've got this barn just down here. We've got the pickup truck just inside. Chances are I'll probably end up selling the pickup truck because I don't think I'm ever really going to use it that much. So we could get a little bit of extra income just from that. And then over here, we've got the smallest field in the entire world. It does need cultivating at the moment, so we've got a little tractor here ready to cultivate this. I'll probably do this for a couple of seasons maybe, but then probably get rid of it because it's just that small and pointless. It's not even worth doing anything with. And then we have my favourite tractor in the entire game. I love this little tractor so much. The John Deere 3650. It's a very small, very basic tractor. You can't do a lot of big jobs with it, but this little tractor is going to stay for the entire series. I don't care how long it goes on for. That tractor is staying with us forever because I love it. And then in the middle of the farm, we've got the silo. So this is where we're going to dump all of the produce that we get. We'll pop it all into there while we hold it and decide what to do with it. We've got a trailer for the combine harvester header to go on there, so we will tidy up after ourselves. So once we've finished harvesting that field in a moment, we will put the header on there and get it away. And then just to the right hand side over here, we've got a little building. You can't interact with that, you can't go inside it or anything like that. It's purely decorative, so chances are we are probably going to sell that and put something in its place. Maybe some sheds or something useful, maybe even a production, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And then over here we've got another little barn. I say little barn, it's not a little barn, is it? Okay, we've got a big barn over here. Let's have a look inside. So we could store some stuff in here, maybe some seeds and bags, but we'll probably need a forklift or a telehandler or something like that because it's going to be very difficult to get things in here without them. And then if we come out the other side, we've got another field up there with another tractor. We will have a look at that in a moment. And then we've got the trailer. We've got a Zeta. I'm not a huge fan of this tractor, purely just because of the way that the gears work. It can be quite tricky with the gears. It gets stuck in a low gear, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of that tractor. It's also got the automatic turn on and off when you get in and out of the tractors. I don't like that. We'll change that setting in a moment. I don't really like that. And then finally over here, that's a small tractor. We have got a John Deere 6R. This is going to be our big tractor for the series. This is going to be what we use to do most of the big jobs. And this one is ready to seed this field over here. So before we do anything, let's sort out the settings for this playthrough. So let's have a look. So we're going to have the crop destruction we will leave turned on, so that means if we drive over any crops we will destroy them, so we don't want to do that. Periodic ploughing I think we'll keep off. The same with stones. We're just going to have a nice casual series this time, so they aren't very fun to watch in videos, so maybe in a future series possibly. We will keep weeds on. I don't like the disasters. We're going to turn them off completely. We'll keep the dirt on normal. There you go, automatic engine start, I don't like that. The stop and go braking, that's fine. Trailer fill limits, we'll keep that off. Fuel usage normal, and then if we ever use AI, we don't want them automatically filling things up. And there we go. So that's all that sorted. So before we actually seed this field later on, I will probably try and lime that. I do have precision farming enabled, so before we do anything, I do need to actually get the soil types and everything for these fields. So this is our little lot of land. This is our little corner of the world. Not a lot that we own, especially when you look at the size of the map. Yeah, we don't own a lot. And you can see the size of the fields on the map. Ours are tiny in comparison. Chances are we're going to join these two fields together at some point. But right, let's purchase the soil information on these. There we go. So, right, so there's a £500 gone already. And finally, just before we start harvesting that field, let's have a quick look in the sale, see if we can pick up any bargains. That's a very good deal. That is a very good deal for that seeder, but we just don't have a tractor that is going to pull that. It requires 350 horsepower, and we are nowhere near that. That's a shame, because it's 58% off as well. What a shame. Oh well, never mind. But right, first things first, let's hop in this combine. Let's turn it on. We will unfold it, and let's get this field harvested. So we'll just do the one lap of the headland with the lines on. And here we go. First field, turn it on. Oh, I'm raising the header by mistake. Right, there we go. First field, off we go. Let's get this done, shall we? And then we can look at cultivating the small field over there and getting that one planted over there or seeded. We will go and get a spreader before we do that, so we can put some lime down, because we are going to try and make these fields as good as we possibly can. We really are going to look after them. We want the yield to be as good as it can possibly be. As you can see in that bottom left corner right there, the yield on this field is absolutely atrocious. It's basically red, so as bad as you can get almost. We're not going to get a lot from this, but the next time we will try and make this a lot better. Do we even maybe just put these together straight away? That is a possibility, rather than even messing about and just seeding that field over there. We could just put the two fields together straight away. That is certainly a possibility. But anyway, let's get this done, shall we? So we just have this little final strip left. The yield is absolutely abysmal. 4,000 litres, that is nothing. So the yield of this field has been atrocious. These straw swaths, I genuinely don't even think they're going to be worth picking up. Renting a baler to pick these up, it won't even be worth the cost. We won't get it back, so we may as well just get rid of them. Or let's pop this wheat into the trailer over here by the seeder tractor. And whilst I was doing that field, I have made a decision. I am going to just join them fields together straight away. There's no point delaying the inevitable. It's going to happen, so let's just do it straight away. And we can plant something in that big long field then afterwards. So we'll empty this into there. And then we'll go and put the combine away for this year, because we won't actually need this combine harvester again this year unless we do a contract for somebody else's field. We probably won't need it, and we're going to have things to do ourselves without doing other people's jobs as well. So we'll put the pipe back in, we'll fold the combine back up again, and we'll put the header on this trailer over here, and then we'll pop the combine back in the barn away for this year. So there you go. And let's go and put this in the barn over there. You can stay on this side over here. There we go. Perfect. Right, so Now let's hop into the best tractor in the entire game. I love this tractor so much. It's amazing. So good. Right, we'll pick up the front weight. We'll pick up the cultivator. And let's get this field cultivated so we can put some seeds in it later on. So we'll put the lines on. Again, we'll do 2 laps of the headland for this one. There we go. Drop it to the ground. And off we go. Let's get this done. This shouldn't take too long. And then I am also going to need to cultivate that field there also if we are going to join the both of them together. So the other half of the field is already cultivated. That is ready to have seeds planted in it. But not the bit that we've just done. So we are going to have to cultivate that side of the field also. But as I said, I do want to put lime on the field before we even do that. Like I said, we have got precision farming on. So we want to make sure that the pH level and the nitrogen level is as good as possible. So to get the pH level up, we're going to have to put lime on the fields. And then we're going to have to fertilise the crops after we've seeded also and get a roller. There's so much to do. We have so much to do. We're going to need to upgrade everything. Everything that we've got right now is so small. Every job is going to take a while. Just because of the size of the equipment that we've got. But let's crack on with this. Let's get this done. And then we'll hop over there and get that field done as well. Right, and with this field done, I think we'll use the John Deere 6R and we'll have a drive over to the shop and we'll go and pick up a plough and then we'll join them 2 fields together. So we are going to need this again in a moment. So I'll pop this over here. There we go. Turn the tractor off for now. In fact, we actually do need to put this wheat away into the silo as well. We don't want to leave that just sat there in the open. Just in case it rains, ruining the crop. So let's pop that into the silo. There we go. Right. All that in there. And with this already being in this tractor, we may as well just use this one to go to the shop, hadn't we? So we'll do that. Head over to the shop and we'll pick up a plough so we can join them fields together. So watch out for traffic. Now I am going to pre-warn you, I have got a little bit of stick drift at the moment, so if you see my vehicles just randomly drifting to the right, that's why. If you look inside, you can just see it kind of like just slightly pulling to the right. Very frustrating. I've used a bit of compressed air in the actual left stick to try and fix it, and it did help a little bit, but nah, it's still doing it, so I do need to pick up a new pad at some point. Again, PlayStation pads are so bad, I'm telling you. Right, here is the shop just to our left hand side over here, so not too far away. I have got traffic turned on, I'm sure I have. I haven't seen another car. Very quiet. I have got traffic turned on, haven't I? I'm now doubting myself. Did I turn it off by mistake? Let's have a look. Yeah, traffic is on. Yeah, just very quiet roads. Nothing else in the sale? No. Of course there's not. Right, so here we are in the store. We are looking for ploughs. And we'll get one of these. And we'll just get a 6-meter one. And shall we make this a bit more fancy? So we'll go with red. But we'll make it metallic red. There we go. That's a bit fancier. And shall we make it a bit darker as well? Like a darker red. Yeah, perfect. Just like that. There you go. We'll actually buy this because chances are we will need it. We can always use that to do contracts with as well. So, there you go. Grab that. And fold it up. And let's head back to the farm. And wonder where all the traffic is. Very peculiar. Everyone must be sleeping. It must be like a Sunday morning or something at like 5 to 10. And just everyone's having the day off. Bizarre. Right, we want to, before we even get there, so we want to allow create fields. So we will do that. So of course we want to join these two fields together. Oh, there you go, pulling to the right again. There we go. And do we actually just extend the field even more? Just bring it up here maybe? That's not a bad shout actually, you know. I'll just stop it from allowing to create fields just a second. Do I extend it maybe up there so we've got a bit more room? Because there's so much room up here. I don't feel like it needs to be that far away. So yeah, I think we'll do that. So allow create fields, we'll drop that, I hope it lines up. It does, perfect. Right, now we need to try and go as straight as we can, and this tractor is not the best for this job. And I'm going to try my best to keep this as straight as I possibly can. I don't want it veering off to the left or right. I'm looking at like that second bit of the prong just there, trying to keep that in line with the border of the field. It still looks pretty spot on at the moment to me. Come on, little tractor, you can do it! You can do it, come on! Come on, you haven't got far to go. This was not the right tractor for the job at all. I should have used the 6R for this, really. It's got a bit more power in it. This is why I don't really like this tractor, because it keeps trying to flick through the gears. Right, let's try and line this up just right up here. Perfect. There we go. Raise that up. And now let's join them in the middle over here. So right, it's going to be, I'm trying to think how best to do this. Probably going to be best on this side over here and go back that way. So it's going to be about there-ish. I don't really want to go over, so if we go play it safe and go there. Now that's not quite right, so it is pretty much in line with that very end prong. So if we go there and then go straight from that point. That'll do. That will do. It's not 100% perfect, but I'm not going to argue with that. Don't let the enemy of perfect be good. Right, and we'll just go up this once and twice. And then that will be the two fields connected together. Down again. I just feel like this was the best decision. Rather than having two smaller fields up here, we may as well just have one bigger one and then try and treat this field as good as we can. So. Nice. There we go. We'll turn off allow create fields, because we don't want that on for the next time we use this. Oh, imagine the next time we use this and then by mistake we go and end up creating a massive field somewhere without even meaning to. Right, where shall we pop this? I want to try and keep everything in order. We need some better barns really to keep stuff, so we will look at doing that soon. But for now, it can go over there. And let's jump into the 6R. I know this isn't the 6R. That's a smaller tractor. I'm going to use the 6R to cultivate with. There we go. Let's jump into this one. And we'll use this one to cultivate that field over there. And get it all lined up, ready for putting some seeds in. I'm not sure what we'll put in at the moment. I think we can put canola in August. Let's have a look at the thing and let's have a look what we can put in. So the green ones are what we can put in. That's when it's planting season, and the orange is harvest. So we can put in canola at the moment. And we could put in wheat and barley next month. We could maybe look at waiting till next month possibly and put in wheat and barley, and then we can maybe look at getting chickens as a bit of early income straight away, and have chickens as one of the first things we do as a bit of a money maker. That sounds like a plan. I think that's what we'll do. So let's line this up, and we'll do 2 laps. Of course we don't need to do the whole field, we don't need to do this half. There's literally just this point down to there. So there we go. And let's get this cultivated, shall we? It's just dawned on me that I may have possibly made a mistake a few moments ago. I've just gone and brought a plough, thinking that we'll be able to use that for contracts, but I've turned off periodic ploughing. So I don't believe that any of the other fields they're going to have contracts on are going to be ploughing contracts. So I may have just spent about, how much am I down to? 82,000. I may have just spent 18,000 on a plough that we don't even need. So I may have to turn periodic ploughing back on just to make it worth its while. But that's tomorrow's problem. For today we are all done. So we've harvested this first field, we've also cultivated the small field over there, we've joined the 2 fields together and now cultivated this one also. So next time we'll be able to get lime down on this field here, and we'll get that planted with either wheat or barley in the hope that we can then get some chickens. But hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be back very soon with more Farming Simulator videos. Until then, take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and see you all very soon. Bye everybody!